Today, I got a box in the mail, and inside that box were 5 issues of Silent Hill Dying Inside. I got it for a good price on eBay, and I'm hoping to enjoy this series. I got my opinions on this already, so before I start my review on the issue, let me just say right away that the art for this is absolutely beautiful. It has this mixture of like charcoal-ish, watercolor-ish, almost visceral, a visceral dark artwork to it, as Silent Hill should be, visceral, and it looks absolutely amazing. As for the story, however, you got this guy, right, this physician. He's kind of a douchebag. He doesn't appear that way in front of a lot of people, but inside of his mind, we get to dig into it, and he is a major douchebag. And he's doing research on this girl who survived Silent Hill for some reason. And she is, coming off with, the typical answers you would get if you survived Silent Hill. And she's kind of gone insane. They had to, restrain her. And, they just kind of do the Michael Myers thing. And, Loomis and Michael Myers just trying to, you know what I mean. The doctor's trying to do some research on her, ask her questions, and try to get into her psyche of what went down. And she won't say. She keeps on blabbering about monsters, though. And that doesn't really impress our doctor here, so he tries medicating her, putting her to, knocking her out with drugs. I don't know what that was going to do. And he's done just about every single, thing, every single sort of, he's tried everything to get this girl to talk, but nothing worked. None of his skills have worked. So his final idea was to, okay, I'll just take her to Silent Hill, and we'll see if she just kind of snaps out of it. Just be like, look, there's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing here. Everything's all right. You're insane. But I think that's a big problem because you don't take someone who's been mentally damaged by, going to the place that mentally damaged them in the first place. I don't think it's going to help. But then again, I'm not a douchebag physician. What do I know? This guy has a wife who apparently committed suicide via scalpel in the neck. Now, it's an interesting way to commit suicide, and it's implied that he might have had a hand in on it. And he just doesn't want to say. But since Silent Hill likes to suck up a lot of bad people, he just decides to go. And, he doesn't know what's going to happen to him. But later in the issue, he just kind of regrets it. And so he takes this, halfway insane lady up to Silent Hill, all drugged up in the car. And he goes and immediately experiences a bunch of monsters and stuff. Like, he sees his dead wife, and immediately it's kind of on go from that point forward. And a bunch of monsters from Silent Hill 3, who have absolutely nothing to do with this man's psyche, come out of nowhere and try to attack him. The writing for this is absolutely terrible. It is the absolute worst. And what I mean by that is, well, let's look. So this little girl, I initially thought it was Alessa. She's not Alessa. She's apparently Christabella. I don't know if it's the same Christabella from the movie, but she's just like this little girl who tries to act creepy, but she's not creepy at all. And she's, telling jokes and whatnot and saying all these, one-liners that just kind of don't fit at all with the Silent Hill narrative or anything. It's just kind of badly written. Everything right here it's almost like it was written by, a 15-year-old. Other than the scientifically, accurate stuff, it's just kind of garbage. It's almost like B-movie lines. And everything just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I don't think I have a word to describe anything. It's shit writing. At the end of the day, it's shit writing. And it's just really, really bad one-liners trying to be scary. And this little girl trying to be scary. She's a little girl, she's holding a doll, and, it's not scary. And she makes these stupid one-liners. And for anything else, if it was a comedy horror like Ash vs. the Evil Dead versus Jason vs. Freddy, then yeah, I could see that working in a very cheesy way, but this is Silent Hill, and it just doesn't fit. And I've looked through some of the other books. It's going to be adolescent teenagers and whatnot, And it's starting to look like this isn't really Silent Hill as much as, like, it's Obscure with a Silent Hill skin. The video game Obscure with a bunch of high school kids. But at least Obscure had some pretty good writing, despite the fact it was kind of cheesy. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this. I like the art style, I just don't like the narrative. It just seems very, very, very dumb to me.